Welcome everybody to another episode of Command Combat Computer Reports. Today we have Shogun Total War. With me today is Troy.
Hi.
And that's apt because we have the Josai versus Tosa. Alright. So this is a pretty hilly ground. I have it paused so we can look at the setup here. And what do we got on the Tosa side? It's always an interesting game because of the fact that you have old war versus new war. And that is my phone giving me a text. We have the Boki. And some more Boki. Okay, looks like they're going to run Boki. Oh, okay, is that all cavalry Boki? Riflemen coming around with them. And Imperial Infantry, I almost said Navy. Imperial Infantry all along there. Backed up by some Shogati, which is sort of a standard formation at the time because what you have is the gunmen at the front and the katana men in the back so they can do the hand-to-hand. Generals behind there. Hero Samurai coming through there. It looks like the cavalry and Imperial Guard cavalry coming around here. So you're going to have the gun cavalry coming around one side and the bow cavalry coming around the other, while the rest of the infantry is just marching forward. It's a very foggy day, by the way. Over on this side, what you've got is with the Josai, some Yuga Kitai, and you can feel free to criticize me for my pronunciations, or just say Gesundheit like Troy here. They're hidden, so apparently they are some scattered units in skirmish formation, and looks like they're all hidden. So yeah, what you have actually, these kind of units is kind of interesting because their setup is supposed to be way back here, but there's this one type of skirmishing unit that can be set up further up. So you can see their formation's back here, but they are sort of set up a little bit forward of the formation, and they're all hidden and basically in ambush as the enemy approaches. The regular units, back here, okay, got some more Yuga Katai, so they are hidden in those woods as well. And in the regular formation, you got some Katana Kachi way over here on the flank with some Carbine Cavalry, Shogunate Guard Cavalry. You have Gatling Gun moving forward through the sharpshooters, scanning the front. You've got United States Marines, sharpshooters, and Armstrong Gun backed up with, no, that's it. And then back here, Yari Ki Cavalry with the General's Bodyguard, and yeah, there's the U.S. Marines. This is sort of an interesting setup when you think about it because it's almost all skirmishers. Oh, there's some Katana Kachi on this flank, and you've got the Carbine Cavalry over here. So it looks like cavalry guarding the flanks, and some ambushers up front, along with Gatling gun and rifled cannon going up there, and then one unit of actual line. Usually that's the main body, but it's only one single unit, and the rest is skirmishers. And then, of course, you've got your Yariki cavalry that can go in and do hand-to-hand. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's much more of just a line, and it's a little bit more, well, no, Red Bear Infantry, that's all riflemen. So you're going to have like a regular standard line backed up by katanas with some katana cavalry against a lot of skirmishers. That should be interesting.
Well, my initial impression of how this is laid out, Jeff, is that I already got it in my mind that win or lose, the terms of this battle is going to be dictated by the Josai. That given their preponderance of skirmish units, that if they are able to play to the strength of those types of units, this could be over very quickly. And if they are not very well versed in the use of skirmish units and the tactics, overall strategy of that, again, I don't think it'll be a very quick battle, or I think it will be a quick battle. I think it'll just be a massacre for the Tosa. Either way, so my prediction right out of the box, Jeff, is quick battle, relatively speaking to the other ones that we have done narration on, but it's going to be decisive. It's either going to be, and it all, again, falls down on the Josai. It's going to come down to whether or not the Josai is able to use the type of skirmisher units they have effectively. If they don't, it'll be over quick.
I think you're exactly right. I think it really comes down to will they be able to surprise them? Will they be well enough hidden that the Tosa don't know what's coming? Let's take a look. So it's just like one would expect. The Tosa is moving forward while the Josai is staying hidden. They're going to try to spring their traps. It's really going to be also about, did they set up well? Because it's not going to be a lot of maneuvering on the Josai, part of the Josai, because of course then they're seen. So now they're starting to move forward their cavalry, and the artillery is getting into place. Oh, it looks like the Josai is moving a little bit of cavalry back there. Oh, the one guy who can't keep up. Bob, you're too slow. It's my horse.
I'm still in my own mind debating what the strategy is with the Josai of having the one or two units a little bit up further than I think I might have done.
They might be. In fact, they're starting to pull back. They're starting to realize they're mistaken. It might be just too late. The cavalry's pulling forward. They're starting to shoot their bows into them.
Well, if they can get behind that ridge a little bit, they might be okay for the moment.
Over here, meanwhile, the Gatling guns are in motion, taking down a lot of the cavalry here.
They're going to need to take in more, and the Josai need to get into some support there. Is it going to be...
Oh, it looks like just enough got in there. I mean, they almost had them gone, but man, they've already taken that Gatling gun. Oh, and they're getting hit from behind by some of the carbine cavalry, but it might not be enough. Maybe they took out that Gatling gun. And meanwhile, the U.S. Marines have now pushed forward since the skirmishers can't do a lot. And they're starting to take out some of that cavalry that came forward. So it may be that Tosa cavalry will be silenced, but that Gatling gun is silenced as well. So both of them will have lost something powerful.
Well, it was I like the initial thrust here of what the Tosa is doing, but actually I think in terms of taking a bad situation and making a nice counter, I think the thrust with the Marines there is actually not a bad response.
I think so too, and it looks like their it looks like their ambush over here has worked. They have basically hurt this flank pretty badly for the Tosa. And now those the skirmishers have stopped running back, and they are starting to fight back. And you are having a gunfight here between the Marines and what is that? Imperial Guard. Oh, so that's a pretty strong fight going on, but the Marines are getting the better of it, especially because it's a large target.
And I like the fact that the Josai have moved in that skirmish unit into the fray with the Marines and the Guard there.
The artillery's coming in too. Oh, everybody's concentrating on that cavalry unit right there.
And as just about every battle that we do here, Jeff, I have it in my own mind that he who kills the other guy's cavalry first is in command position.
I think you're right. And I think so. What is the Josai doing with their cavalry here? Looks like.
Are they protecting them?
Yeah, they're protecting them. They're all over here, out of the way of battle. The battle's mostly in the middle and the left flank, and so their right flank. It's kind of like they're waiting for the Tosa cavalry to be taken out so they can go in.
What's happening over here to our right a little bit?
This one?
Yeah.
Let's see, who is that? Looks like sharpshooters charging sharpshooters. Now that you don't see every day. We're about to see what a friend of mine calls paraplegic boxing. And it's backed up by the U.S. Marines, so I think the Josai are going to have the advantage on this one.
What the Tosa are demonstrating here, in my mind, is just a lack of discipline.
Yeah.
A lack of a cohesive strategy.
Oh, sorry.
Either that or they had a strategy and they just assumed it was all going to go swimmingly. So they have no backup.
That's true. They're just kind of, they're starting to push forward their infantry now. The question, but they did hurt this left flank. I mean, you remember these ambushers, and they are pretty much dead, and there was some cavalry over there that's gone, so they have really hit this. Oh, here we go. They've sort of pushed them back, but they're not gone completely. But this left flank is really in bad shape, so the Tosa have it good on this flank, but down there being hit by that artillery.
Well, I was going to say, the Tosa may be making a mistake here. Yeah, they pushed off some of those skirmishers, but if they regroup, the Tosa could end up getting pinched pretty bad here.
Yeah. And here's that artillery. It's pretty close, but the Josai are bringing in their cavalry and finally going to start committing them. Although this might be a mistake. Tosa is not very well.
I don't agree with this moment.
Yeah, that Tosa was not weak enough for that cavalry charge. No. I don't think that's going to work for them. Although they're hurting them kind of bad, but that might be just the initial charge. Meanwhile, there's a lot of fire going on in the middle, and the Tosa are getting the worst of it. Oh, and you can see, yeah, that Josai cavalry is not doing well, and the artillery's
No.
coming in. Ooh, and now you have Tosa coming in here, hitting another cavalry unit, I guess. And probably the cavalry unit is trying to protect that artillery.
Which is essential. Again, I think that was a little bit of a rash maneuver there. I think the Josai started feeling the ropes a little bit and thought they had the advantage when I think they would have been better off waiting just a little bit.
I think you're right. Now it looks like they're regrouped, but it's not enough. They're the Tosa are guarding against them, and they're coming after that artillery.
Now the cavalry may have a chance.
Yeah, with a sort of scattered attack, the way
Right.
they have it. And okay, now the artillery is being used well to defend against that there, so they may be able to hold off that Tosa advance there. Well, what's been going on over here? The Tosa still have some Katanakachi who have not been put into the battle yet, and look at that cavalry that is still sitting there waiting. So good thing they have left some reserve. But the artillery, yeah, okay, the artillery's still there. But one guy is broken off. He's like, I'm gonna take all of you out. One Tosa guy in the middle there. One Red Bear infantry. Oh!
Ouch.
Then again, I guess artillerymen are not known for their combat skills. Oh, and here come the Tosa. Oh, that guy survived! And all the Tosa have come through. Oh, and that is the end of their artillery.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
although they did look at this, they did regain their Gatling gun.
Gatling gun.
It's coming back up and getting the guys who pushed through. This is a good fight.
It's a good fight, and now it's really come down to, excuse the expression, the separate and widespread skirmishes.
It really has. Now, and I also noticed that the Tosa artillery is coming in too. I haven't seen them doing much. Oh, and it looks like they scared away that the Gatling guns. Now, you know what? This is one problem they had. They were trying to preserve their cavalry, but they may have been waiting too long, and now they're doing a little damage here. But the majority of it's happening here. They're going to lose one cavalry there, it looks like. And yeah, they're losing everything up there, so all you're having left is that cavalry that they just kept in reserve. They just kept it in reserve too long. I think, you know, I think we thought it was a good move, but ultimately it probably was just too much of a good move.
Yeah.
Oh, and here comes that artillery. Oh, and they're running off they're chasing all of them off, so that will basically do it. Well, thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and happy gaming, everybody.